different practices, that going into preseason, you were just looking to give yourself grace after, what you've been through in the season and just like getting back to yourself. But now that you've played those games, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel the most strongest I've been, physically, mentally after experiencing something as traumatic as that, being bedridden for months and coming back and playing this season. I'm just grateful and blessed to have this opportunity with this organization. I think God makes no mistakes on why he put me here. So, like I said, I'm just excited to be here, get going, and thankful to be a part of them.
Tiff, from a mental standpoint with mental health, how did you compartmentalize and sort of navigate your mental health to get through all that and and physically get better, but rely on your mental health?
Yeah, it's an everyday process for me. There's still good days, there's bad days. Experiencing almost losing your life is something that I don't think you'll ever go into. Sorry. It's like I said, it's an everyday process. I have people around me that continue to support me. I think that's one of the main reasons that I was able to kind of get back on the court so fast, just because my support group, people pouring into me daily. And like I said, God makes no mistakes putting me in this position with this team. Such great humans that know what happened, being back with Asia and her family and how much they've supported me my whole career. I think that this is the perfect place to be after experiencing something like that.
This is a league that has you had to evolve with the mental health awareness era, if you will. A lot of rookies come in and they're like, this is great that this is here, but the league's had to evolve. How has you felt the league's involvement in terms of being there if you need something?
Yeah, I mean, they tell us, as soon as we get here that we have that resource for us, therapists, whatever you need. I think, the Aces do a great job making sure we have everything that we need to be able to only think about basketball and perform at the highest level. So I think they've done a great job with just giving us resources and tools to make sure, our mental health is at its peak because it's necessary. It's not just putting the ball in the basket when your mental's not there. So I think that having those resources there definitely, keep you at the top of your game.
It's no secret how talented this team is, but behind closed doors, what makes this team so great?
Just our chemistry already. Just coming here, I don't feel like you can never have a bad day. Asia, Chelsea, Jewel, Jackie, like everyone is just great. Such a breath of fresh air. I say they're pretty unserious, but when it's time to be serious, they definitely lock in. This is just a great group, like to be around, to have fun with, but also be a professional. Like I said, when it's time to work, it's time to work. But we do a great job of kind of keeping it light as well.
How do you see yourself fitting into this system on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, exactly that. I think they brought me in to provide that, both ends of the basketball type of feel. Letting my defense create my offense, and just having my hands ready with Chelsea. It's different playing with someone like Chelsea because you never know when you're gonna get the ball. So I think that's great for me because I like to cut. I like to be in places that others aren't. So for me, it's, like I said, I just want to play both ends of the basketball. Bring a lot of energy off of the bench, and I said, create my offense as well.